I hit go live. There's no telling if that is doing anything, as we've so often discussed. And now it says I'm live, or it says it's done redirecting me. Yes, now I'm live. Hello, welcome to Tea and New Book Tuesday. I am Lisa. I'll be your librarian today. I've already failed you. Well, I mean, you know, I drank my tea early today, so now I'm having a LaCroix. I had the honey vanilla from Celestial Seasonings, honey vanilla chamomile, which is really good. I think I put that in some of your little tea caddies, and I had an extra one. That's how I ended up having it this morning. Oh, it's a really good tea. I don't really have anything else to say about that. All right, so we shall begin today's Tea and New Book Tuesday, which is going to be science fiction, fantasy, and my favorite, horror. And before we get into the books that are pre-ordered by Mobile Public Library for you to put on hold right now and pick up the day they come out, let's get into my favorite part of Tea and New Book Tuesday and yours, the giveaway. Okay, first of all, I still have summer fun from last week. If anybody wants it, last call. Second, as always with the giveaway books, put the name of the book that you want and your MPL location for pickup in the comments below, and I'll start sending them out as soon as this show is over. Also, I've had Cloud Cuckoo Land to give away before, and I think it got snatched up pretty fast. But yes, I have another copy, and it's from the Pulitzer Prize winning author of All the Light We Cannot See. So if you were still interested in that and you didn't get a chance to it before, I have that to give away. Now, the two new ones I have to give away, ironically, is a book. I have my own copy. I have my own digital arc of this one, The Last House on Needless Street by Catriona Ward, which is, of course, horror. And I'm intrigued. The going is slow for me because I'm back and forth about it. If it's going somewhere different than what's obvious, then it may be a very interesting book, or it may be going somewhere very, very obvious. I won't be able to tell you till I get to the end. But if you are interested in The Last House on Needless Street, here is what it's about. In a boarded up house on a dead end street at the edge of the wild Washington woods lives a family of three. A teenage girl who isn't allowed outside, not after last time. A man who drinks alone in front of his TV, trying to ignore the gaps in his memory. And a house cat who loves napping and reading the Bible. An unspeakable secret binds them together. But when a new neighbor moves in next door, what is buried out among the birch trees may come back to haunt them all. The Last House on Needless Street is an immersive and shocking journey that will keep you guessing until the last page. Even Stephen King says he hasn't, quote, read anything this exciting since Gone Girl. See, that's what keeps me reading it, is because I absolutely loved Gone Girl. So I'm hoping, and Gone Girl has arguably more than one twist, but one really big one sort of in the middle, where the entire narrative turns out to be very different from what you thought it was. I'm still waiting for that to drop. I'm still waiting for that to happen. And I'm sort of, I don't know how far I'm in. I'm not that far in. I'm only like maybe a fourth of the way in. So I will keep you updated on that. But if you would like a copy so that you can read it before we find out what I think of it, and you can tell me what you think of it, Last House on Needless Street. And my final giveaway book is The Inheritance of, I should have looked up the pronunciation of this name, Orchida Divina, maybe, possibly, by Zoraida Cordova. Okay. The Montoyas are used to life without explanations. They know better than to ask why the pantry never seems to run low or empty, or why their matriarch won't leave the home in Four Rivers, even for graduations, weddings, or baptisms. But when Orchidia Divina invites them to her funeral and to collect their inheritance, they hope to learn the secrets that she has held on to so tightly their whole lives. Instead, Orchidia is transformed, leaving them with more questions than answers. 7 years later, her gifts have manifested in different ways for Morimar, Ray, Tenatelli, and her daughter Rihanna, granting them unexpected blessings. But soon a hidden figure begins to tear through the family tree, picking them off one by one, as if to seek to destroy Orchidia's line. Determined to save what's left of their family and uncover the truth behind their inheritance, the four descendants traveled to Ecuador, to the place where Orchidia buried her secrets and broken promises and never looked back. Alternating between Orchidia's past and her descendants' present, The Inheritance of Orchidia Divina is an enchanting novel about what we knowingly and unknowingly inherit from our ancestors, the ties that bind, and reclaiming your power. So yeah, I've heard about this for a while now, and it sounds really interesting. It came out on September 7th. So if you're interested in The Inheritance of Orchidia Divina, put that in the comments below. If you're the first one to pick it, then you get the book. I will send it to your preferred MPL location for pickup. Okay, let's go ahead and get into our books for today, which are over here on our Tea and New Book Tuesday slides. Okay, so I have, as I said, science fiction, fantasy, and horror. We really only have one science fiction. I have a couple more that were series updates. I've already put that discussion post up on Goodreads if you're interested in seeing. I think there's an Orson Scott Card series that's finishing up, and another one I don't think I recognize the author, but maybe I didn't. Now I can't remember. It's just the nature of my brain these days. So starting off with our one and only science fiction, this is Trashlands by Alison Stein. A few generations from now, the coastline of the continent has been redrawn by floods and tides. Global powers have arranged to not produce any new plastics, and what is left has become valuable. Garbage is currency. In the region-wide junkyard that Appalachia has become, Coral is a plucker, pulling plastic from rivers and woods. She's stuck in Trashlands, a dump named for the strip club at its edge, where the local women dance for an endless loop of strangers, and the club's violent owner rules as unofficial mayor. Amid the polluted landscape, Coral works desperately to save up enough to rescue her child from the recycling factories, where he's forced to work. In her stolen free hours, she does something that seems impossible in this place. Coral makes art. When a reporter from a struggling city on the coast arrives in Trashlands, Coral is presented with an opportunity to change her life. But is it possible to choose a future for herself? Told in shifting perspectives, Trashland is a beautifully drawn and wildly imaginative tale of a parent's journey, a story of community and humanity in a changed world. This got starred reviews from both Publishers Weekly and Booklist. If you are interested in Trashlands, it comes out October 26th. All right, moving on to fantasy, of which I have a few today. Given that these are release dates in October, there's a lot of horror, which I'm happy about. But for the rest of you, fair warning. Okay, The Lighthouse Witches by C.J. Cook. When single mother Liv is commissioned to paint a mural in a 100-year-old lighthouse on a remote Scottish island, it is an opportunity to start over with her three daughters, Luna, Sapphire, and Clover. When two of her daughters go missing, she's frantic. She learns that the cave beneath the lighthouse was once a prison for women accused of witchcraft. The locals warn her about wildlings, supernatural beings who mimic human children, created by witches for revenge. Liv is told wildlings are dangerous and must be killed. 22 years later, Luna has been searching for her missing sisters and mother. When she receives a call that her younger sister, when she receives a call about her younger sister, Clover, she's initially ecstatic. Clover is the sister she remembers, except she's still 7 years old, the age she was when she vanished. Luna is worried Clover is a wildling. Luna has few memories of her time on the island, but she'll soon have to return to find out the truth of what happened to her family. But she doesn't realize just how much the truth will change her. This is from the acclaimed author of a book called The Nesting. It came out a little while ago and did pretty well. If you are interested in The Lighthouse Witches, it comes out October 5th. All right. City of Light by the much-loved Terry Brooks. At 19, Oris Afton Grieg has led an unusual life. Since the age of 15, she's been trapped in a sinister prison. Why? She doesn't know. She has no memories of her past beyond the vaguest of impressions. All she knows is that she is about to age out of the children's prison, and rumors say that the adult version is far, far worse. So she and some friends stage a desperate escape into the surrounding wastelands. And it is here that Oris's journey of discovery begins, for she is rescued by a handsome yet alien stranger. Harrow claims to be a fae, a member of a magical race that Oris had thought to be no more than legend. Odder still, he seems to think that she is one as well, although the two look nothing alike. But strangest of all, when he brings her to his wondrous homeland, she begins to suspect that he is right. Yet how could a woman who looks entirely human be a magical being herself? This is going to be a new series. So this is book 1 in, I don't know that I have a title for the series, but if you're interested in Child of Light, it comes out October 12th. All right. I think this is my last fantasy. We'll know in a minute because I can't turn the page. Yes, it is my last fantasy. Okay. Isolate by L.E. Modesett, maybe? Modesett? Something like that. Okay. Industrialization, social unrest, underground movements, government corruption, and surveillance. Something is about to give. Stefan Deckard is an isolate, one of a small percentage of people who are immune to the projections of empaths. As an isolate, he has been trained as a security specialist, and he and his security partner, Avril, are a highly trained empath, are employed by Axel, a senior craft minister and the de facto political strategist of his party. When a respected Lander counselor dies of heart failure at a social event because of his political friendship with Axel, Stefan and Avril find that not only is their employer a target, but so are they, in a covert and deadly struggle for control of the government and economy. Stefan is about to understand that everything he believes is an illusion. Once again, this is book 1 in a new series, which the title says a novel in the Grand Illusion. So presumably the Grand Illusion series. If you are interested in Isolate, it comes out October 19th. All right. Horror. This almost got added to like the thriller list, and then I read it and said, no, this is horror. I need to move this. So Reprieve by James Hahn Matson. On April 27th, 1997, 4 contests make it to the final cell of the Quigley House, a full contact haunted escape room in Lincoln, Nebraska, made famous for its monstrosities, booby traps, and ghoulishly costumed actors. If the group can endure these horrors without shouting the safe word, reprieve, they'll win a substantial cash prize, a startling feat accomplished only by one other group in the house's long history. But before they can complete the challenge, a man breaks into the cell and kills one of the contestants. Those who are present on that fateful night lend their points of view. Kendra, a teenager who's been uprooted from her childhood home after the sudden loss of her father, Leonard, a desperate and impressionable hotel manager caught in a series of toxic entanglements, and JD, a gay international student who's come to the United States in a besotted search for his former English teacher. As each character's journey unfurls and overlaps, deceit and misunderstandings fueled by obsession and prejudice are revealed, forcing all to reckon with the ways in which their beliefs and actions contributed to a horrifying catastrophe. An astonishingly soulful exploration of complicity and masquerade. Reprieve combines the psychological tension of a classic horror with searing social criticism to present an unsettling portrait of this tangled American life. So this is considered literary horror, which means obviously it's horror, but also the literary end means you're going to have longer descriptions with more metaphor laced in, a lot more digging into the character's emotions and sort of psychological conflict and things like that. It got a starred review on Booklist, which, is pretty good if you can get it. So if you're interested in Reprieve, it comes out October 5th. All right. The Thing Between Us by Gus Marino. It was Vera's idea to buy the Itza. The world's most advanced smart speaker didn't interest Thiago, but Vera thought it would be fun for them amidst all the other strange occurrences happening in their condo. It actually made things worse. The cold spots and scratching in the walls were weird enough, but peculiar packages started showing up at the house. It's going to be somebody I don't even know. It is potential spam, and we are ignoring it. Okay. The peculiar packages that show up at the house include industrial lie. Then there's eerie music at odd hours. Thiago waking up to Itza projecting light shows in an empty room. It was funny and strange right up until Vera was killed, and Thiago's world became unbearable. Pundits and politicians all looking to turn his wife's death into a symbol for their own agendas. A barrage of texts from well-meaning friends about letting go and moving on. Waking to the sound of Itza talking softly to someone in the living room. The only thing left to do is to get far away from Chicago, away from everyone else. A secluded cabin in Colorado seems like the perfect place to hole up with his crushing grief. But soon Thiago realizes there is no escape, not from his guilt, not from his simmering rage, and not from the evil hunting him, feeding on his grief, determined to make its way into this world. Okay. There's certain things that just say murder. Like, say, walking into a room and there's plastic all over the floor and all over the walls. Like someone feels the need to clean up blood at some point. Or getting a sudden package filled with industrial strength lye. Ooh, that's rough. Just wanted to point that out. This got a starred review from Kirkus, who are not very loving and giving to books, and Publishers Weekly. So could be quite interesting. If you're interested in This Thing Between Us, it comes out October 12th. All right, so I think this is going to be for, I tried to look this up the other day, how many fiction books are put out in a year? And the answer was, just in English in the United States, there are probably thousands. The estimate I stumbled over was like 40 to 60,000, which seems incredibly high, and claims that it wasn't including self-published novels. Still, I was about to say this book is for a particular group of people, but they all are. They're all for whoever is interested in what this author is working through and talking about, and has made themes in this fiction. But I feel like this author in particular has a set of fans who'll be very happy to hear he's come out with a new book. And I'm going to admit I haven't met any of them, but it's horror, so I'm surprised I haven't. That's the only reason it's noteworthy. But this is Pearl by Josh Malerman. Josh Malerman wrote Bird Box and Mallory, both of which were big hits. And of course, Bird Box went on to be a limited series on Netflix, I think, which I have not seen. But the description of this book is extremely short. Okay. I'm just going to read it to you and then you can feel about it however you feel about it. Go to the farm just outside of town and you'll hear it. A voice inside your head. Or is it? Come to me. A voice that makes you want to pick up that axe over in the corner of the barn and swing it and kill. Feed us now. It is the voice of Pearl. Sing for me. Sing for your precious Pearl. That's it. That's all I got for you. It did get a starred review from Booklist. And as I said, Josh Malerman is enjoyed by a lot of people who are not me, but still. Oh, there's a little note on the bottom of the cover that says previously published as On This, the Day of the Pig, which is, again, news to me. At any rate, if you're interested in Pearl, it comes out October 12th. So this is, I'm interested in several of these because I'm interested in Josh Malerman because I've actually never read any Josh Malerman and I don't know, I might like it. But this is the one I feel like strongly I'm probably going to end up trying to read because it's a novella and it's always easier to convince myself to read a short book because I can get through it faster. But it is called Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Chaw? At any rate, a Heian-era mansion stands abandoned, its foundations resting on the bones of a bride and its wall packed with the remains of the girl sacrificed to keep her company. It is the perfect wedding venue for a group of thrill-seeking friends. But a night of food, drinks, and games quickly spirals into a nightmare, for lurking in the shadows is the ghost bride with a black smile and a hungry heart, and she gets lonely down there in the dirt. Yeah, so yeah, sorry, I was transfixed by the cover for a minute. So yeah, I'm interested in that one. Nothing But Blackened Teeth comes out October 19th. All right, our final book of the day, still in horror, The Death of Jane Lawrence by Caitlin Starling. Practical, unassuming Jane Shoringfield has done the calculations and decided the most secure path forward is this: a husband in a marriage of convenience who will allow her to remain independent and occupied with meaningful work. Her first choice, the dashing but reclusive Dr. Augustine Lawrence, agrees to her proposal with only one condition: that she must never visit Lindridge Hall, his crumbling family manor outside of town. Yet on their wedding night, an accident strands her at his door in a pitch-black rainstorm, and she finds him changed. Gone is the bold, courageous surgeon, and in his place is a terrified, paranoid man, one who cannot tell reality from nightmare and fears Jane is an apparition come to haunt him. By morning, Augustine is himself again, but Jane knows something is deeply wrong at Lindridge Hall and with the man she has so hastily bound her safety to. Set in a dark mirror version of post-war England, Starling crafts a new kind of Gothic horror from the bones of the beloved canon. This Crimson Peak-inspired story assembles, then upends, every expectation set in place by Shirley Jackson and Rebecca, and will leave readers shaken, desperate to begin again as soon as they are finished. This got a star review from Publishers Weekly. If you are interested in The Death of Jane Lawrence, it comes out October 19th. All right. Don't forget, I'm giving away books. If you want some of these books, put the name and your MPL location for pickup in the comments below. Newsletter went out at 11. If you haven't subscribed, do so at the link below. And I have already put up the discussion post on our Goodreads group with the 2 other books that I ended up eliminating from this episode that are, I think, science fiction. And if you aren't part of our Goodreads group, go join that. Next week, we are already in November. We're going to do November hits. So I will see you. Wait, first we're going to exit screen share. Maybe, possibly. I'm on YouTube. Let me free. There it is. There it is. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.